All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome back here for another recap video. Today we are finishing up green $2,053. So very nice day, very nice day. This would be about my second biggest ever day, and I'm quite happy with my performance today. I'm quite happy, especially I'm just looking at my statistics right now. Everything seems looking pretty good today, as far as accuracy and risk reward ratio and managing risk, which we can take a look at in a second. But INVO was the main stock that I traded today, up about just about 2,000, and then small green on WISA, small green on EDBL, and slightly red on CXAI. So INVO was the main stock trading today for me, and I was able to actually make some decent profits, which I wasn't expecting a $2,000 day, but definitely am super stoked with the type of action that we got on INVO. It wasn't a crazy move by all means. All it did was go to $2 to $3.50, but in this move from $2 to $3.50, I was able to capture about $2,000, which is very nice. So let's take a look here at the statistics. So profit margin 60%, so that's definitely towards the higher end. Usually my best days are about 60% profit margin. So this day definitely turned out to be pretty decent, with an accuracy of 54% accuracy, which is right in my sweet spot. And my average reward to average win to average loss is actually more than 2 to 1, or 1 to 2 risk reward. So I'm making more than $2 for every $1 risk, which is amazing, especially if you have an accuracy over 50%, which means it brings your profit margin to 62%. The reason I say my accuracy 54% is my sweet spot, a red flag for me actually is if my accuracy is also very high. So let's say my accuracy is like 80% or 90%. That also could potentially be a red flag, even though you would think that having a high accuracy means, oh my gosh, I'm just so in tune with the market. I'm just nailing every trade. Every trade's a green trade. Actually, it could be a red flag. It could mean that you're cutting your winners so short and you're not giving them breathing room, which is causing you to limit your potential profit. So once I start to dip into like 60%, 70% accuracy, what I notice is my risk reward starts to tighten up to either 1 to 1 or less than 1 to 1, and my profit margin goes down, even though I have a higher accuracy. So not all the time is a high accuracy good. It can be a red flag if you're not letting your winners run and you're not really capturing or maximizing your risk to reward ratio. Believe it or not, the risk to reward ratio, to me, in my opinion, has more of an edge or more of a impact on how much money you can make in the market versus just your accuracy. So my largest win today was actually only $483. So, less than a quarter of what I made today in one trade. A lot of the times, my biggest green days are just coming from one major green trade, like one trade that's over 1,000. But, today I seem to have just had some regular, consistent green trades consisting of anywhere from like $100 to $400 or $500, which we saw here for my largest winner, kind of adding up into a nice day. My largest loss is only $80, so keeping that my risk really tight, I was able to hold on to a majority of my profits. One thing I need to work on though is that average position cost. With the action that we got today, maybe I can double this. Maybe I can make that $4,000 average position cost, and maybe that would in turn bring this number up to closer to 4,000 on the day. So increasing my average position cost is going to be my next. Again, I need to push it even further because there's so much more room left to go. I can't stop here. I got to finish the job and bump it up again. Never stop growing. Never stop expanding your comfort zone, because I don't want to get comfortable. I don't want to get comfortable with where I'm at right now. Even though today is a great day, I'm definitely patting myself on the back and, you know, grateful that I'm able to make $2,000 in a day, because, you know, at my normal job, this would be how much I'd make in 1 month. It would take me 1 month of 40 hours a week to make this amount of money, which is crazy to think about. I'm able to do this in 1 day, but still I have to keep perspective that this is not the end. Like, this is not the end, and I can't get comfortable with this. I can't, you know, if there's great opportunity in the market and I'm up, let's say, $2,000 on the day, and there's more opportunity to capture, I can't dial down. I can't shy away from more risk because of thinking that I don't want to give this profit back. If there's still opportunity in the market, I still need to push it. And sometimes I may even need to push it harder. In this case, though, I was up about 2,000. No, I was up about 1,200 here. And then on this leg, I was able to make an extra $800. And then through the consolidation, didn't make anything. And I didn't make anything for the rest of the move. So there wasn't any more opportunity after I got to $2,000 on the day. So if we did get more opportunity, let's say we consolidated here and we ripped up, breaking 350 and running to 4 and running to 5, or in this area breaking the highs here, breaking 350 and continuing higher, I feel like I definitely would have, you know, got back on the horse and give it another go to try to make more on the day instead of trying to protect my profits. Yes, you want to protect your profits, but, you know, if there's still opportunity, you still have to trade that opportunity to the best that you possibly can with some decent size as well. Just because you're up an X amount of dollars on the day doesn't mean that you shouldn't maybe nail an A+ opportunity to the same extent that you would if you weren't up 2,000 on the day, if that makes sense. But there was no more really opportunity for me, no more A+ opportunity at least, after this move here up to 350. We did have some other stocks moving, SPEC, but this one had a little bit of a wider spread, a little choppy, and I was just looking at the level 2. It just wasn't really my style. Wasn't really, you know, convinced me to get in. EDBL was actually not too bad. I didn't get involved until this area here. We did have a nice dip and rip. I was able to get 20 cents off the low on small size, but it was also very tough to capture as well. Definitely very risky. We did have a nice move, but again, it was definitely very risky, or a higher risk sort of trading, and I did let this one kind of go without me, just because it was a bit too extended when I started getting involved. The dip and rip was a great opportunity here, but then after that, it started to get a little bit shaky. We had some like 4 or 5 halts in a row. It looks like we halted down, gapping lower, flushing even further. And from there, looks like we did have a decent bounce. So bottoming out around the VWAP area, and then curling back up, about to test the highs, but rejecting and fading back down to the lows. So it looks like the shorts got the last laugh here on EDBL. But what I didn't press on this one at all. I think I only traded like 2. I think I gave like 2 trades on like 100 shares, just to kind of test it. And yeah, the spread was a little wide, and it was a little choppy in the on the level 2. But I don't know. I'll have to review the tape and just take a look at it again, because it did give great opportunity. So I can't discount the fact that the opportunity wasn't there, because when I was watching it went from 8 to 12.50. So I can take a look and review that. And we did have CXAI. So CXAI, I was getting involved here on this candle. Breaking back over VWAP and surging to the high. We had 561,000 shares of volume, which I thought was pretty decent. So I was getting in on the next pullback, kind of getting chopped around here, and then adding here, looking for this surge to the high on the top of this candle. I'm like buying at 530, 535, looking for the surge to 543, and we do reject. And I was able to cut my loss there for a tiny loss, and then kind of let that one go. But I thought it had potential. CXAI, thought the volume was coming in. It looked pretty decent, but turns out it didn't resolve. But I was able to keep my wrist tight, which is important, which is very important. Let's take a look here at a couple trades here on INVO for you guys. I will take a look at the halt resumption, where I made the majority of my profit. So halted up. At this point, I'm only up $67 on the day. So great move from 190 all the way up to 250, and I'm up $67. Well, on this stock, I'm only up $8. So $8 of profit here on this beautiful move. So I was a little bit late to the game. I wish I would have gotten more aggressive down here, but I didn't think it would be this strong. You know, I thought we'd see a consolidation, maybe another dip, and then a finally retest and a rip. I didn't think it would be this strong, so it kind of got away from me. But let's take a look here, catch this resumption. All right, so I'm like, all right, high volume. I'm like, high volume, we're right at the open. Nothing else is really looking good right now. WISA is fading off of the pre-market highs. You guys already probably seen the WISA chart, but right at the open, it just faded, and that was it. There's no test of 1150, just a dump. So I saw that, and I was like, all right, and there's nothing else moving. This maybe could be the one. This is the only one that's halted up. Everyone has to be looking at this stock right now. And we're up 220%, so we're leading gapper. So we resume higher. I'm looking for the dip and the rip. I don't even wait for the dip. This is a bad trade here. I got in there at 69. And I immediately sold after 1 second, noticing that I didn't wait for the dip. Sold at 66, but that was a $60 error right there. So back to flat on the day. $60 error, 2,000 shares, not waiting for the dip, not waiting for the right entry. Now we get the dip, boom, need to be in there. Got in there at 03 or in 63, out at 66. Okay, looks like we didn't rip yet. Okay, wait, we're stalling there. So I got in at 65, back out at 62. So it looks like I'm chopping around here, waiting for that clear entry. Boom, this is the dip. I need to be long here. Previous halt level as support. Let's see it, baby. Boom, 4,000 shares. I just bought and bought. 4,000 shares, baby. I'm already up unrealized 150. And then boom, taking half off. 10-cent winner there at 264. And then the last 2,000 at 64 as well. So it looks like a 10-cent winner there. 4,000 shares. That's some serious size. I feel like I can push it even harder. Maybe I could have done 3,000 shares positions for 6,000 shares, and that would have still only been like a $15,000 position. 4 times 2 is 8, times a half is 10. So that was a $10,000 position. So looking for the next opportunity. Dip there, I should be in maybe. Okay, no, didn't get in. Didn't get in there, okay. I think I'm ruined it here. I'm waiting for the next push higher. Looks like that was a 15-cent, a 1.5 cent loss there. It looks like I get back in at 60, 61. Oh, man. Oh, I could have held that a little bit longer. But I got in another 2,000 shares there at 60, and then we finally went selling at 268. But a decent $150 trade there. Now I kind of have to let that go as it is squeezing higher. But I'm up about 500 on the day. So decent start. Decent start. I'm in the driver's seat. Waiting for the next entry here. It's not clear yet. It's not clear yet. It should be way extended. Remember, we haven't had a serious consolidation since $1.90. So we ripped like this much. What is that, like 100%? We ripped like 100%. without any significant consolidation. If I'm buying up here, this is way too extended. This is a high risk entry. Need to wait for the pullback. And boom, I need to be in. Okay, looks like I'm in. 2,000 shares at 64, selling half at 65 and 68. Looks like, I'm not sure why that was so. Okay, well, small gain there. Pulling back more. Okay, getting back in at only 1,500 shares at 64, out at 65. Could have held that one a little longer. I did time that low pretty decent. I could have been another $100 there in my pocket. Yeah, so timing this low, you know, sometimes you got to give it some time. If I time the low perfectly like I just did, I should be holding. I should be up 10 cents. Now I'm getting in at 72, and it's a little bit too far off the low, so it's a little bit more riskier than being down here. So I'm in the wrong position area. Okay, coming back lower. Okay, 69. Out at 70. Ugh. Next candle open. Maybe we're going to get the surge. In at 70. Out at 74. Up $623. So it looks like I didn't have any one major winner other than that $400 winner with the 4,000 shares. Looks like just a lot of small gains here adding up so far. Okay, pulling back. Are we going to get it? We're going to get it. I want to see the break of this previous low of this previous candle, because I want to see strength. It can't show strength for it to show strength. It needs to break this low and show that it's holding. So boom, I want to be in here for a panic dip buy, or just a dip buy. And I guess it's not really a panicked. But because we're still on a front side move, it's still early in the pullback, so we should still have enough volatility to see at least a 5-cent pop off the low here. And my stop is going to be break even. So there I got in 4,000 shares at 57. I'm in at 57. I'm in 4 cents of profit. Looks like we're seeing that nice 5 or 6 cent bounce like I was saying, so I'm taking half off. But I'm in a great position. Now I'm starting to realize I didn't like instinctually just sell this position because I'm in the green like I usually do. Now I'm thinking like, okay, wait, we're still early in this move. We could still be early in this move. We had a strong move from 190 up to 290, breaking the pre-market highs. This is the first pullback after a major breakout. I'm in a great position here at 57 at the low of this candle here. We're reclaiming the previous low of the candle, and we're above the 90 MA and above the previous halt level and above pre-market highs. So everything is looking perfect for a great entry. This is a great entry. The stop loss for me is going to be the low of this candle. If it comes back lower to the bottom of this candle, I want to be out in case it does flush back down. And then in case if it does flush back down, maybe I can time another low, maybe around 240 off the pre-market high or something like that. But so far it seems like this could be bottoming out. And if I did time the bottom correctly, I want to give it time, since it's still early in the move, to start to curl up and give that bounce. So I did take half off. So I'm in 2,000 shares. Looks like I did take another 1,000 off. So pretty decent trade so far. I'm giving this 1,000 shares a little bit of room here. I don't know how much room I give it. So it starts to bounce a little bit higher here. Maybe I take some off here. Looks like I add another 2,000 shares. 1 minute candle make a new high, taking my profits. Beautiful trade. Holy crap. This is how I need to be trading. I was very calm, cool. I think this one might have been the best trade of my entire career. I was just so calm, cool, and collected, taking some decent size, not like anxiously selling whenever I'm in profit, just giving it some room, giving it some breathing room, trusting my technical analysis, trusting my level 2 readings, and now here I'm up over 1,000, up 1,100 on the day. So very nice trade, and I didn't make much more profit in this area because it started to consolidate, didn't give any more of a move. But then right here, as it curled back up, I did get the break of, how much are we up there? I did make some, looks like I was just kind of scalping here, making some small profit, and then I really made that profit here on the break of 3, but it wasn't as on biggest share size. So I'm up 1,600 at this point on just some scalp trades in this area. And then here, break of 3, very nice trade. Only 1,000 shares though, which is kind of a problem. I should have been doing at least 2,000 again. Sometimes it's tough timing the breakouts though recently. But yeah, see that surge up to 3, went to see 3 getting chipped away, boom. On the ask it was like 28. I get filled at 326. So that was a nice 30-cent trade, so $300. And I'm up just about to, what was that? 1,900. And then looks like a dip. I could buy a dip there. Boom, right in there. 1,000. Popped right back up. Another 10 cents, baby. Let's go. That's a nice dip. That's a high risk though, because it could have flushed. But I was just in the moment, and I just felt it. Just get long. Once I saw that starting bouncing off the low and rejecting it rejected the rejection, if that makes sense. Sometimes stocks will look like it rejects, and then it rejects the rejection, and then it pops back up. In that case, I want to be in. So we can take a look at that again for the reject of the rejection. But yeah, I could have traded a little bit bigger size. If I was doing my 2K blocks, could have been up another 400. But yeah, it is what it is. So looks like it's going to reject a little too early on the bounce of 3. It's rejecting the rejection. Back up over 3. Boom. So for the reject of the rejection, I'm looking for that break back over that previous breakout level, which would be $3, which is what we got. I did sell kind of early. It's back up to 320. But yeah, so I'm about 2,000 there. So that's all I need to show. But that was a lot of film for you guys to watch. If you guys want to get the full archive, you guys can check out the link down in the description. Check it out for Triad Trading Archives. You guys can sign up to take a look at my daily archives, my full trading archive every single day that I trade. And you guys can check that out. The link in the description. What else? We did take a look at, so let's take a look at the calendar. If any of you guys are interested in the calendar, hopefully you guys pulled something out of INVO. Hopefully you guys did well. But again, like if you didn't, don't get FOMO. It's always, you always have another opportunity to get green. And not every day you're going to do well. So far in the month of April, only one red day, about $300. Yesterday was about break even, so I didn't make a recap yesterday, but we did have that one stock account, WISA, that went crazy. Oh no, I did make a recap, didn't I? Yeah, I did make a recap. And then small green on Monday. But, staying consistent, and that's the main thing. And the main thing is if you're anywhere near my spot in my journey, or if you're even earlier, if you just starting to get that profitability, the main thing is just stay consistent. Don't try to like 10x your gains overnight. Just stay consistent, and then once you start getting the proper screen time, you're going to recognize certain setups that have potential higher reward than other setups. And then with that knowledge, you can adjust you're going to naturally just want to hold those trades longer or put on more size, and that's going to be able to bring you more, bigger green days. So, a lot of these days here are like consistent 200, 200, 100, 400, 100, 200, 500, 500, 200. It's not like crazy days, but then every once in a while, I'll have a great setup, a great stock, and I just feel it. I just feel that it's just, I can read it perfectly. I know what's going to happen. Or I feel like I know what's going to happen. I feel like I can read it great. And then I'll eventually have these days where it's just a 10x day. And that's just coming from like screen time and recognizing certain setups that have a higher potential for reward than other setups. Yesterday, I didn't have that feeling that I had today, which kind of makes sense. I mean, even though I was green or flat, whatever, I didn't have a crazy red day. Just because I can't read stocks for a day doesn't mean that day is going to be a red day. It could still mean a small green day or a flat day, and that's just about also managing risk. If you're not reading stocks correctly, you don't need to push it. You don't need to push it to try to get to some sort of arbitrary number on the day. You can stop at any point. You should have the control and the discipline to stop trading at any point if you don't think that you're reading a stock correctly. And WISA, I was just not reading this. I could not read this yesterday. That's why I walked away. I was watching it this whole time. I made like $200 at the open for this breakout of the pre-market high, and that was it. And then I just could not read any of this nonsense. Even though it was going up, I couldn't read any of this. I was actually losing money on this entire move. And, I had the discipline to walk away. Even if I missed this crazy move, it is what it is. I could have been even deeper in the red if I just tried to just like fight the market. So you don't need to fight the market. Wait for those good setups to come to you. Wait for the right stock to come to you. We all trade different. We all excel at different setups. We all excel at different types of stocks. And you're the only one who knows what setups and what stocks are right for you. And when those comes along, you're just going to feel it. You're going to feel it in yourself. You're going to feel it in the moment, and you're just gonna naturally put on more size, and you're gonna naturally hold it a little longer, just from the previous screen time and that confidence. So try not to force confidence. The confidence will build over time. But in the meantime, while you're building that confidence, that's going to come from consistency. So just stay consistent. Whatever you're consistently doing, $30 a day, $50 a day, $100 a day. Try to be consistent until you get that one stock or that one setup that's just really it just feels great, or the day that it just feels like you're reading everything correctly, you're in a flow state, and in those moments you can put on a little bit more size and go for it. Those are the right moments to go for it, not forcing it. And it's tough because sometimes we feel like we need to force it, but instead we have to wait for the right setup to come to us, and then in that moment we'll know whether or not to go for it. So with that, I am going to let you guys go and study up. So study up on today's gappers, INVO, WISA pre-market. If you could trade pre-market, we had SPEC and EDBL. So a couple of stocks to study up on today. So learn your lessons, review your films, review your statistics, journal, make your journal entry, and come back tomorrow. Hopefully its momentum can continue. It's been a little bit more active this week or the past couple of days than it has been in the first half of the month. So hopefully this sticks around. If you guys are still watching, hit that thumbs up button for me. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you part of the community. You guys can also check out the Discord down in the description, as well as the other links. And I'll see you guys in the community. All right, take it easy. Peace.